Welcome to C# programming for beginner class. This is my 6th video, and in this video I will talk about C# variables and data types. So basically variables are the containers, the memory locations that we can store the data inside that. So we are creating the variables for storing the data inside of our program. And the data types are the types of data that we are storing in the variables. Through data types we can define the variables that which kind of data we are storing in the variable. So C# have this type of variables. The variables, the data types that are using in C# are integer, that store the integer value without decimal numbers, and double, that store the floating point of numbers, and the character or the char variable that store the single character value, like and we are using single quotation inside that. We can define the variable name. And then we have the string variable, string data type that store the text value, and we have the boolean, or that we can the keyword for boolean is bool. This variable has just two status. It should be true or false. So let's see how we can create the variables, how we define the declare the variable, and how we initialize the variable. So you can see this is the integer variable, and integer variable has the integer data type that define the a variable. That this a variable can store the only integer data as it's like 10. So we can define the variable as by the keyword of integer, and by the and after that we write the name of variable, and anything we can write, for example age, and then we can initialize the value for the age variable. So age is 23. So you can see how we declare the variable, integer variable, and how we assign the value for that. And this is the character variable. With the keyword of char we can define the variable, and then we can assign value inside the single quotation. So after that we have the string variable. String variable store the text data. We can write anything inside the double quotation, and that text will be assigned to the message variable. For example, we are writing something else, string. We are defining string variable by the name of name, and we can define my name. For example, my name is Sikandar Safi. So this Sikandar Safi text is stored in this name variable, and as it is text, so you can see it's a string variable. So this text variable is assigned to the name variable. So I forgot the semicolon. I should put here the semicolon. So this is how we can define the string variable. And after that we have the double variable. Double variable is storing the floating number of data that have the floating points. So you can see how we can define the declare the double variable. So by the keyword of double we can define the double variable, and after that we declare the name for that variable, and after we can assign the value for that with the floating number. So in the boolean variable, or this variable can be defined by the keyword of bool, and after that we declare the name of that variable. And in this variable, as I told that it has just two status. It can be true or it can be just false. So we can assign the both status. It can be true, it can be a false. Condition is equal to false. You can see either we can assign the value for that variable true, and either we can assign the false. So that's it for this video. See you in next video.